Duke and Rhode Island. The two teams have only played each other 4 times, but there is still a lot of history connecting the two programs. Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski recruited URI head coaches Dan Hurley's older brother Bobby to come play at Duke, where he led the team to 2 straight NCAA championships.
I mean, we saw it up close. We saw, the impact of the greatness of Coach K on, Bobby's career. It was a storybook 4 years. For Bobby, the moments that he had with Coach K, the growth, obviously, the championships that came from it, a lottery pick, Team USA basketball, all those things were amazing. But it was really the mentor that he became for Bob, the way he really, again, helped him mature.
While Bobby was at Duke, Dan was at Seton Hall. The two brothers met during the 1992 tournament when Duke beat Seton Hall on its way to the championship game.
I think it was 0 for 8 with 4 turnovers and the dreadful performance. But I did pretty much ruin Bobby's game that day because he was so psychologically scarred. I remember Leslie Visser interviewing me several times during the course of that week as a seldom used backup point guard. I've never been more nervous going into a game in my life because I had been thrust again from like a backup point guard who was playing 8 to 12 minutes a game to, then PJ turned me loose, I think, for like 22 that game because he knew it would get in my brother's head.
That was a huge emotional game for, again, I can't speak for Danny, but for Bobby. He was out, he didn't play well. And, it was tough. I think if you would ask Bobby, Bobby would tell you he loves his brother. Loved him enough that after pro and horse racing and all that, went to be his assistant. And really had a hard time leaving him then, even to go for the Buffalo job, because they're that close.
And then, of course, there's Bob Hurley Sr., who Coach K inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012.
I mean, you always followed Bob Hurley, because he, again, he could have coached at any level, and maybe he'd change a little bit of how he'd run his practice, if he was at the NBA level, but maybe not. But you always knew that a player coming from St. Anthony's would know how to play, know how to work, and know how to be a team member.
For two teams that don't meet all that often, there's certainly a lot of love between the two coaches and their families.
I think we feel like we're in the same family, so whether they said it that way or not, we love the Hurley family.
Marco Gagnon, 5 Cent Cigar Sports.